Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is our first day back to homeschool for the year. We have been off of school since the end of April, and that's about 3 full months, and it is time to get back to it. We are ready for a routine and consistency and learning, and so we are starting back today. I am getting lunch ready before we start. I am making some pork ribs for lunch on this day. I got these ribs on a really good deal at the store. They were on sale, and so I actually picked up 7 racks of ribs, and they are something that everyone in our family enjoys, and I don't make them very often. These did not get cooked long enough. They were still good and they were fully cooked and everyone ate them and enjoyed them, but they were not fall off the bone cooked the way that we really like them. So next time I'll cook them a little bit longer, but I knew that these were going to need to cook in the oven for quite a while, so I went ahead and got them prepared before we started school. The seasoning that I'm putting on them, the first bottle is Famous Dave's Rib Rub, and I didn't have much of this left, but I just sprinkled it all over there and rubbed it on a little bit. And then after that was gone, I got out my sweet barbecue seasoning from Hardcore Carnivore, and I sprinkled that all over the last one and then baked them. And these flavorings give pretty good seasoning. My stepdad makes some really good ribs, and he always uses the Famous Dave's, and I think he adds extra brown sugar, which I did not do on this day. I just used up the seasoning that we had. And then I baked these in the oven at a low temperature for about 3 hours. They could have probably gone for 5 or 6 hours, so I will know that for next time, and then they will be real tender and just fall right off the bone. But we ate almost all 3 of these racks of ribs for lunch. We had just a little bit left over, but everyone really enjoyed this meal.
When I was lost and hopeless, when I was at my worst, it's grace that you extended that I did not deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. Your mercy came and found me, gave me a second birth. I'm overwhelmed and grateful. You took what I deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love. And I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love.
This year we are doing something a little bit different than we did last year. I have realized that it is very important for me, not only physically but also mentally, to make sure I get some walking in every week. I don't walk every single day, although I think I would benefit from it a lot, but I do try to walk at least 3 days a week. And so I was tired of getting up so early in the morning. I didn't want to have to get up and leave the house by 5 to be able to go over and walk at our rec center. And I also wanted to have the kids come with me to be able to get some exercise and run around, and then that way I had them with me while I was there and they weren't just sitting at the house during the day. So what I decided to do was get up in the morning, and before we even start our book work at the table, the kids and I go 3 days a week to our rec center in the mornings. I walk, they run around, they play games, they play basketball, they play tag, get some exercise, get their blood flowing, and then we go back and do our schoolwork afterwards. These are the books I'm listening to. Unfortunately, the one book that I had said I was listening to, A Coup of Tea, they ended up having some content in there that I did not want to be listening to, and so I quit listening to that book and started these new ones. These are written actually for teenagers, and so far the story is really good. I'm enjoying it, and so I'm going to keep on listening to that one. But after we finish our sports playing and exercise for the morning, we head back to our house and then start our schoolwork after we eat a quick breakfast. In your piles, you have your pencil pouches.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, your notebook is underneath your pencil pouch. That's just a notebook for you to use for whatever you need to use it for.
Just to draw, or?
To draw, or if we have to do some writing. Okay, and then go to your next thing.
Hallelujah. Love has made a way. Hallelujah. Forever I give thanks.
All right, we had just finished reading our chapter out of our Bible book, Sammy and His Shepherd. And now the kids are working on making covers for their 3-ring binders that will hold all of their history notebooking pages.
Mom, so what do we draw on?
Whatever you want to draw on there. And while they are doing that, I am downloading the audiobooks onto a computer for Crispin, How Jesus Built His Church audiobook. And that way he can start working on his history. And then Kyla needs the World Story 1 audiobook put on the other computer. So I'm going to do that for her also while these other kids are doing this. And then we actually probably are going to be done with our school. Hey Clayton, not so loud please. For today we did just a gentle introduction. I showed them all the books that they're doing, got the big kids started, and then having them make these covers for their binders. But I am putting some books that I have for sale in a big like kids consignment sale, and I've got to go get those books dropped off today. So I'm probably going to finish this and then I'm going to run and drop those off. It's going to take me a bit of time to do that. Then hopefully I can get back about lunchtime, eat lunch, and then be here for the afternoon before we have some friends coming over this evening for dinner. So we've kind of got a busy, yes you can, a busy first day of school today, but I just wanted to do a gentle introduction just to get things started. I still have to finish making like my loop schedule for our morning time. I still need to schedule out what we will be doing for like our geography reading, and I need to do that all in my planner, and I just haven't had time to sit down and do that yet because I wasn't exactly sure how that was all going to work out. So I'm going to try to do that this afternoon, at least for this week, get it all planned out, see how things go. But the big kids are working on their stuff in there. They kind of know the routine. It's all very similar to what they did last year. That's what I like about Master Books, and a benefit of using the same curriculum company every year is that the kids get into a routine, they know how things work, and they know how to use the curriculum. So when you give them the next level, it's just the same rhythm and routine over again with new information that they will be learning. So got this one downloaded for Crispin, and I'm gonna go get Kyla's downloaded while these kids work in here on their covers. I just got home from dropping off my books, and I think our lunch is about ready. I put those ribs in the oven earlier this morning before I left. I'm gonna get out some instant mashed potatoes. I think we still have some in the pantry over here. I'm gonna get some of those out to make to go with it real quick. I also had this sitting out on my porch when I got home. You gotta use the sharp part, sweetie.
I am. Here, I got it.
There you go. I had to order Crispin some socks this morning, and when I got on there, they had blueberries on sale. So I got some blueberries. They were I think $1.67 a box.
They're not as big.
So I got 6 of these
But still.
boxes. When you order from Amazon, they put it in this lined paper bag, and then they also put frozen water bottles in there. So you get the fruit and the frozen water bottles that you can use later
And
for drinking water or just refreeze them.
And they stay cold because of the frozen water.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Sometimes they have really good deals on fruit on there every once in a while when we're checking out on Amazon. So we like to add some of the fruit to our cart, and it ships to our house the same day.
They were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her in class, and she would try to act cool. But it was obvious, like, ooh, they would be together, ooh. Then one day she said, write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. And maybe I'll call you my sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, and started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining, or something cliche like ooh. Baby, I only want you.
After we are done eating dinner, each of my kids is assigned with a table chore, and they do the same one every single day for several months in a row. And while we were doing table chores, Clayton had to sit with Daddy at the table for a bit longer. We do our family worship at the dinner table, and we are currently working our way through a couple different books. We've got the book of Colossians now that we are reading and discussing, and we also are working on the catechism for boys and girls, I believe is what it's called. Clayton was having a hard time focusing with everyone else at the table, so he got to sit with Daddy and get some one-on-one time while they worked on memorizing one of the answers for the question, and also working on memorizing some scripture. And so while he was doing that, the rest of us were getting our table chores done and anything else that we needed to complete since we were done with lunch for the day. It's after lunch now.
What?
And most of my kids are off doing things. Clayton is sweeping the floor over there somewhere.
I'm not here.
Are you right there? I'm having a hard time finding you. Oh, there you are. Sweeping the floor. Finishing his table chores. The other kids are done with their table chores, I think. I haven't been able to get up and check them yet, but my husband popped my back for me, and now I'm laying here with some ice on my back. I go once a week to the chiropractor. This shoulder, for some reason, there's a rib underneath it that just likes to pop out of place all the time, and then it affects my neck and gives me a headache and just really aches and hurts. So my husband has watched the chiropractor and talked to him about how to pop it back in place, and I just had him do that. So I'm just laying on the couch with some ice for a little while, and then I'll get up and finish doing the things I need to do. We've got just a few hours until people are going to be coming over for dinner today, and I've got to get some food figured out for that, which is funny that we just had lunch and then we're going to be eating again, but that's what happens when you have a late lunch. So everyone finished their table chores, and we are, I think a couple of the kids went outside. I know one of them went to the rec center. They're all inside?
Yeah.
They in the schoolroom maybe?
Yeah, because I've been holding on my home time when I was doing.
Oh, maybe they're just doing some crafting things in the schoolroom. For our dinner that evening, we ended up just having tacos or burritos. I had a bunch of ground beef that I cooked up. I put taco seasoning in some of it, left the other plain. I also made some Mexican rice, which is pretty easy. You just use salsa to replace about half of the amount of water that you cook the rice in, and then it infuses the rice with the salsa flavor and adds the bits of tomatoes and peppers and onions in with the rice. It's really good. It's really simple. an easy way to spice up your rice and make it a little extra special. But we just cooked our dinner, and then our friends got there. We had a couple of different families. Well, we had one guy whose family was out of town, and then another couple from church over for dinner this night, and we enjoyed our meal, and then we went outside to play some games and just hang out together. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
It's true. And then he said, I wrote you a love song, and I tried to make it beautiful. It's a song about your sweet, sweetheart, and how nobody can steal me away. Yeah, I am yours, 'cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. As he sang, she started to dance, grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close under the moonlight as they kept on dancing. And now they're singing their love song, and they sing it kind of beautiful, calling each other sweetheart. I promise nobody can get in their way or steal the show. They're in love now, and I wanted you to know.